Everyone is talking about it. Without a doubt, prop trading has become a buzzword in the financial industry. What this fuss is all about, we will discover together in this Tech Talk. My name is Daniel Sinek, and I'll be your host. Welcome. For those of you who are the first ones to join, well, welcome on board. And for those of you who've been with us a few times already, it's good to see you back. Now, before we get started, let me get the legal stuff out of the way. When it comes to trading, keep in mind that trading futures, forex, stocks, and other assets contains substantial risk and is not suited for every investor. An investor could potentially lose all of his investment or more. When it comes to backtest performance or hypothetical results, keep in mind that these are not necessarily indicative of future performance. And of course, all testimonials and opinions expressed in this Tech Talk are not construed to be as trade advice. All right, now that we got this out of the way, let me introduce myself. As you know, my name is Daniel, and I'm a managing partner at tradingindicators.com, your favorite online store for all your trading needs. And I am joined today by my business partner and also managing partner, Homa. Homa has been the mastermind of many of the projects and ideas that we've started in the last years. And also with us today is Nicholas. Nicholas is our brilliant coder who has made our visions, Homa's and my vision, become a reality for many of our supported trading platforms. Now, we also have a special guest with us today. And his name is Christoph Radeke. And a little bit of a backstory. Christoph and I, we go back quite a few years, and I know him from back in the day when he was a user advocate at NinjaTrader. And I talked to him quite a bit about Ninja projects. He referred a couple of clients to me. We did some projects together. But since then, lots of things have happened in Christoph's life. He now has started his own prop trading firm. And I am very excited to have him here on board because he can give you an inside view, a behind-the-scenes view of what prop trading is all about, how a prop trading firm functions, and what he can offer to you. And this prop trading firm is called the Trading Pit, but more about this just a bit later. All right, so let's get started. Now, we at Trading Indicators, we always strive of doing things a bit differently, and this reflects in most of our products. For example, all of our indicators, they try to have some features which you can't find anywhere else, like auto optimization or visuals, like dynamic clouds behind the price charts. This is thanks to our brilliant team. We already mentioned Homa and Nicholas, but we work together with designers, with mathematicians, with traders to come up with innovative products. And these products are offered on our online store, tradingindicators.com, where you can find indicators, of course, but also dashboard solutions, automated strategies, scanners, and so forth. All right. Now, if you're wondering if this meeting or this webinar is recorded, the answer is yes. So should you have to drop off, don't worry. Everything will be on YouTube later on. And also, if you're wondering where are the previous recordings, well, on our YouTube channel, it's quite easy to find. Simply go to our homepage, tradingindicators.com. And on the top right corner, you'll find a little icon, a YouTube icon. Click on it. It will bring you right away to our YouTube channel, where you can see all our previous recordings of these Tech Talks. All right. Now, let's get started. As mentioned, today's topic is about prop trading and the ins and outs of prop trading. Now, we're going to start off with just a bit of theory, because it's important to understand some of the, more subtle details behind prop trading in order to find out whether prop trading could be something suited for your trading needs. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to ease you in very slowly by discussing what is prop trading. And of course, we're going to see if it is suited for you. And then we're going to get into the details, into the weeds, prop trading behind the scenes. And we're going to then talk about this brand new prop trading firm called the Trading Pit. All right, so let's get started. All right, so investment. Let's say you are interested in trading or investing. There are many different ways to do it. And this table is by no means complete. There are many other subtleties when it comes to trading or investment. But let me walk you quickly through some of the options that you have. Well, most of you probably have had or currently have a mutual fund. Perhaps with your bank or with an individual financial advisor. And, everything mutual fund or hedge fund, these are called managed investments. And why is that? Well, because you're not doing the investing yourself. You are not deciding which stock to buy, which ETF to invest in. No, it's somebody else who does it. He may follow some of your guidelines, but it's managed. You're not executing these trades. This is a managed investment approach. Now, in such a scenario, of course, your payout, your return will be based on whatever these investments make, which can be good. They can be seen as income, or perhaps you may even lose money. And of course, this whole thing is offset by a performance fee, or called management fee, which is deducted from your income. And depending on which investment solution you may choose, these can vary and can be quite substantiated. All right. Now, when it comes to risk, of course, for investment, you should always consider risk. Same for trading. One may consider the mutual fund as a low-risk investment. A hedge fund could be perhaps a more of a moderate risk investment. Now, I don't really want to get too much into these two ones because, as mentioned before, these are managed investments. Let's talk about the other dimension, which is called self-directed investing. Now, self-directed investing typically are used to be done for the average Joe, for the average trader, in the form of retail trading. Now, as a retail trader, you would open up a retail trading or brokerage account, and you would trade this account. You would decide what to buy, when to sell, how much to buy, how much to sell, when to scale out. That's all your decision. That's where the term self-directed investment comes from, because you as the trader decides what to do. Now, the broker, through which you will open this account, will also earn a bit of money. It's not going to be a management fee because this is not a managed investment. Instead, the payout to the broker is in form of commissions or the spread. All right. Now, in terms of risk, and we're going to talk about this a bit later, this is considered a high-risk investment or high-risk trading. And why that is, I will explain. Now, lately, when I say lately, over the last 5 years or so, prop trading has become popular. Prop trading can also be considered as a form of self-directed investment. And the trader will engage a relationship. What that means, we'll discover together with a prop trading firm. Now, when it comes to payouts, because for a retail account, whatever you make in terms of income or loss, that's your end result. It's a bit different when it comes to prop trading, because you will technically not get trading income or loss as your payment or your benefit. Of course, the loss would not be a benefit. Instead, it is, some sort of professional income or a service fee. And why do I, have a difficulty defining this? It's because of the details when it comes to prop trading. But it makes a difference down the road. And I will explain this in this tech talk. The fees that you will pay to the prop trading firm come in form of challenge fees. The earning phase is conditional. What do I mean by this? So in retail trading, as soon as your account is open, you can start trading. And if your trade is profitable, you start earning right away. You start earning trading income. It's a bit different in prop trading. And I'll explain why. The risk is considered as very low because it is bound to be only the challenge fee. And that's it. All right. So just was a bit of a dry overview. Now let's look into some of the detailed scenarios. All right. So retail trading, the way it used to be for many, many years before prop trading started. Let's assume we have a retail trader called John. You can see him here. And so John is interested in retail trading. What he can do as a retail trader, he can open up a trading account. All right, so he opens it up. He goes through a lot of paperwork because depending on through which broker you're going to do it, this can take quite a bit of effort. A lot of paperwork is involved. All right, but he opens it up. he made it. As soon as it's opened, he owns it. And again, this is important to understand because owning something also comes with responsibilities and technically also liabilities. And we're going to discover this together. All right, so he opens a trading account. He owns the trading account. He's in charge of funding the trading account. He must wire over some funds to his trading account so that they are available for trading. Once it's funded, he can trade. He can place his own trade that is completely self-directed. He decides what to buy, what to sell, how much to buy, how much to sell. And eventually, he will also withdraw funds from his trading account. And that used to be the classic scenario for many, many years. Now, this has changed a bit. Now there's another option, and this option is called prop trading. In prop trading, things are a bit different. All right, so let's have a look how this works. So in prop trading, the prop trading firm comes into the picture. So we still have our trader John. In this case, he's a prop trader. You have the concept of a trading account, but now we also have a prop trading firm. And the way it works in this scenario is as follows. The prop trading firm will open up a trading account. It is also the prop trading firm who owns this account with all the liabilities that come with it and all the duties that come with it, reporting duties and so forth. It is also the prop trading firm who will fund the account with their money. It is also the prop trading firm who can potentially withdraw the funds. All right, so it's quite a bit different. But in prop trading, trader John, a potential prop trader, can apply for a relationship with the prop trading firm. And this relationship would give him the right, if he passes what we call a challenge, it would give him the right to trade the prop trading's account, the trading account. Okay, so you can trade the prop trading account. And as a result, as a reward for trading the prop trading account, he is entitled to a profit split. So the prop trading firm will pay out John a part of the profits, while the prop trading firm has all the other duties of owning the account, of reporting the account, of performing the tax return for the account, for funding it, and so forth. Trader John will only trade it. And in some sense, this makes the life of Trader John much easier because all these things, they take time. Yeah, there's extra work to be involved and things that can be distracting when it comes to trading. All right, so this is prop trading, how it works generally. Now let's look at some of the details when it comes to this. And before we get into that, if there are any questions, feel free to write them into the Q&A section. And Homer, also Christoph and Niklas, they will look out for it. And if there's a pertinent question, they will bring it to my attention, and we can address it as I go through my material. And of course, I should mention also before we start talking about some of the details is that we are going to have a live demo later on in this presentation. Good. All right. So let's contrast one more time retail trading and prop trading. Now, a couple of things, a couple of buzzwords. In retail trading, you trade your own money. In prop trading, you trade with house money, and house money in quotes. And for me personally, this is a big thing because there are lots of things which are a bit easier when it's not your money. We're going to discover this together. In retail trading, you assume all the risks and liabilities to the amount that you may be even owning the broker money if things go really wrong. And prop trading, your risk is very limited. In fact, it's very clearly defined. It's just a challenge fee. That's your risk. That's it. Prop trading, or as a retail trader, you might be limited by your jurisdiction. Keyword, US traders cannot hedge when it comes to FX. They can't trade CFDs. All these limitations are often not there when it comes to prop trading because of the setup, because things are set up differently. As a prop trader, you don't have any ownership duties. Owning an account comes with responsibilities. It needs to be declared. You need to do your taxes in a certain way, and so forth. You will also get other perks as a prop trader, such as access to free market data, including advanced data like level 2 futures data. And typically you have access to a lot of educational material, tools, and so forth. But of course, in prop trading, you need to qualify to become a prop trader. And this is done through passing a challenge. So your earning will not start automatically, while in retail trading, as soon as the account is open, you can start trading. In retail trading, you will keep all of your profits, but you will also assume all of your losses, whereas in prop trading, profits are shared, but losses are assumed entirely by the prop trading firm. All right, so after this quick comparison, let's discover together if prop trading might be an alternative for you. So let's go through some of the stuff I just said together.
Daniel, I have a couple of questions before
Yes.
you go. Okay, so can you explain what you mean by US traders can't hedge? This is a question from Rob.
Yeah, I'm going to have some examples later on, but basically what that means is if, let's say, you have an FX account, you cannot be, for the same symbol, have a long position and a short position at the same time, which are managed independently in the same account. And I know Scott, well, I don't know if Scott is here with us today. Scott is a good friend of us and professional trader, and he lately just wrote a blog article about that very same topic, that he was forced as a US trader to open up multiple trading accounts just so he can have long and short positions for the same symbol. So it's a limitation that US traders face, which is sometimes not there when it comes with for prop trading, if you choose the right prop trading firm.
And I do see Scott is with us. So hi, Scott.
Hey, Scott. How's it going?
I have another question here from KM, an interesting one. So do US traders receive a Form W-2 reporting for their earnings? I don't know if that's a question for us or for a tax expert.
Yeah, I think this depends on the prop trading firm. But like with any income, you need to report it. I don't know what the W-2 form exactly reports. If it's for trading income, then I can tell you that this is not the right form that you will get from a prop trading firm, because you would technically, or from a tax point of view, not receive trading income. Instead, you will receive what one may consider a consulting fee or professional fee.
And I have a message from Scott. I'm here and I'm here opening my non-hedging wounds. Thanks, Scott.
Awesome. All right.
Okay,
great.
Perfect. That's it for now.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, if there are any other questions, yeah, don't be shy. And it makes it way more fun if it's interactive. All right. So trading with house money, that's a luxury that you will get with prop trading. And why is this considered a luxury? Well, as a retail trader, you will trade your own capital. You're responsible for your losses, and losses hurt, especially when you just start off trading. You may say, oh my God, it's already going in the wrong direction. What do I do? You may panic. You may get anxiety. You may get frustration. All these emotions, although they are very human, they are not beneficial when it comes to trading. You don't want to have these emotions. You want to place your trading decisions based on rational thought, on logic, on a trading plan, but not on counterproductive emotions. But these can come in when you trade your own capital, because it's your own money on the line. It's quite a bit different when it comes to prop trading, because you do not trade your own capital. And more importantly, you are not responsible for any losses. That's a responsibility of the prop trading firm, but not you as a trader. And I can tell you, this setup gives you a lot of peace of mind. Emotionally, it's very comforting. And if you're comfortable, if you're zen, you will make better trading decisions. And I know for a fact that there are many brilliant traders out there that just don't have their emotions in check and make bad decisions because of that. But now these traders have an outlet. They have an alternative, because they can trade with house money, with the prop trading firm's money. without any risk. So it makes a big difference. And there's one more advantage of trading with the prop trading firm's money. Because as a prop trader, you may get access, depending on which challenge you pass, you may get access to a large pool of capital. Most likely, much larger than your own risk capital. And I read this in the very beginning when I read the disclaimer. I remember when I said, when it comes to trading, make sure to only use risk capital. Capital that you can lose without it affecting your lifestyle. And most of us, that amount of risk capital is quite limited. When your capital is limited, the dream of becoming a professional trader, meaning you want to make a living with trading, is quite challenging. If you only have little capital, you will only make little P&L, or you need to take very high risk. And this is always a bad idea in trading. You must take very big position sizes relative to your account size. This is elevated in prop trading because the prop trading firm potentially will give you access to a large pool of capital, allowing you to place larger trades and potentially generating higher profits. So to me, a big advantage. Now, let's talk about risk. I mentioned risk before when I read the disclaimer. When it comes to prop trading, your risk is clearly defined. It can't be any clearer. It's the amount of the challenge fee. Whatever you pay for the challenge, $200, $300, $100, that's your risk. That's the most you can lose. There's nothing else. It's very clearly defined. You have full protection from any catastrophic or black swan events. Remember when I read in the beginning, I repeat here, as an investor, as a retail investor, you could potentially lose all or more than your initial investment because you own the account and you are liable for what happens to that account. For the good, you may make more money, but also for the bad, for the risk. When it comes to prop trading, you do not have this kind of high risk scenario. Your risk is limited to the challenge fee. Ease of use. Now, I don't know if you ever, I'm sure most of you have opened live accounts, but if you haven't, trust me, it is a headache. First of all, it takes a long time. Depending on your broker, it may take a week, 2 weeks, or longer to open up your account because there's a lot of documentation involved. It's complicated for individuals, but try opening up a trading account as a corporation. It takes forever. There's a lot of things involved. So trust me, it is complicated. With prop trading, you don't open the account. It's already there. The prop trading firm will open it for you. So you don't have to worry about this. You can get, it's ease of use, the way I would call it. You have no account ownership duties. You don't need to report on your account. You don't need to pay taxes of your trading activity. That's not your responsibility because you don't own the account. It's the prop trading who's in charge of that. Also, this is very important. As a prop trader, you are not responsible for any losses for your account. It's the prop trading firm. But of course, this comes at a cost. This is a convenience, ease of use. To me, I'm happy to pay for ease of use in general in my life. So this is also to me a convenience, but it comes as a price. And the price is called a profit split. You do not get to keep your entire profit of your trading. It's split with the prop trading firm. And of course, you also have to pay the challenge fee to qualify to trade a live account. And so this is the offset of getting this ease of use. Also, as a prop trader, and I mentioned this in the very beginning, you typically have much more flexibility. As a retail trader, you might be limited by your jurisdiction. So in the US, you can't open CFD accounts. You can't trade CFDs. Impossible. It's not allowed. You can't do hedging, being long and short at the same time in the same account. Certain account types might not be available to you. As a prop trader, you don't care about any of these because you don't open up the account. And technically, you don't trade the account. So technically, these trades are owned by the prop trading firm, but not by you as the prop trader. And this is why a US trader, when signed up with the right prop trading firm, like the Trading Pit, which we're going to come to in a second, is allowed to hedge his positions. All right, so this is big convenience, and it will open up a whole new realm of trading, which was previously limited by your jurisdiction. All right. And of course, you also get all kinds of perks as a prop trader, such as free market data, including level 2 data for futures. So free market data is not cheap. Market data is expensive. You as a retail trader would need to pay for this individually. When it comes to prop trading, the prop trading firm will give you the market data, even for the challenges, which are typically executed on a demo account. You also typically get access to advanced indicators, trading tools, and a lot of trading education. Retail trading, depending on your broker, you may not have this access to these free trading perks. All right, now let's talk about a bit of the offsetting things of a prop trading engagement. So as a prop trader, before you can start live trading, you must qualify for it. And this qualification is done by passing a so-called challenge. So without passing this challenge, you will not get to the live page. You need to pay for the challenge. And depending on what your end goal is, your objective is, this challenge may be priced differently. So typically a cheaper challenge will give you access later on to a smaller live account with perhaps not as, advantageous profit splitting scenarios. If you pay more for the challenge, typically you get a bigger live account in the end with better profit splitting properties. All right, so this can delay or will delay until you reach the earning stage, because simply engaging in a challenge will take a while until you pass it. You may not pass it at all, but at the minimum, it will take a while. It may take a month or 2 months. It depends on the challenge. As a retail trader, you don't have this. You can start live trading and earning or losing right away as soon as the account is open. Now, we're going to talk about challenges a bit later on, but just a few more words. It's basically what can be seen as an assessment by the prop trading firm to make sure that you as a trader are a right fit for the prop trading firm before giving you access to a live account. And typically, and there are many different variations of a prop trading challenge, but typically every challenge has a trading objective expressed in P&L. You must make this much profit in this much time while keeping your losses and your drawdowns to a certain limit. There are many variations, but this is typically a prop trading challenge. And a prop trading challenge is typically executed on a demo account. It's not a live account yet. It's a demo account through which you must reach these profit objectives. But more on this later when we're going to look at some concrete challenges together. All right, splitting the profits. As mentioned before, as a prop trader, you will split your live trading profits with the prop trading firm. There's no way around it. And it's always important before signing up for a prop trading firm, what is the profit split? What are the percentages? Is it 50-50? Is it 60-40 in my favor? Is it 60-40 in the favor of the prop trading firm? It's important to look at it. Now, you're splitting the profits, but the upside is you do not split the losses. The losses are 100% assumed by the prop trading firm. So that's pretty nice. I like this kind of scenario personally. So if it goes well, I'm happy to share my joy. Sharing your joy is doubling your joy. We have a saying like this in Germany. Yeah, of course, it's not true for losses. You want to keep you don't want to have losses, and it's nice if somebody else assumes it. So this is a comforting scenario. As a retail trader, you get to keep all your profits, but you also assume the risk for all your losses. So it's quite a bit different. Now, before we are going to hand the word over to Christoph, a few words of wisdom. When you look at prop trading companies, and there's so many out there, if something looks to be too good to be true, it's probably not true. Now, prop trading firms are businesses. And a good prop trading firm offers a model which creates a win-win situation, which is beneficial for the firm, but also for you as a trader. And that's the only scenario where trading with a prop trading firm is sustainable. If it's tilted in one direction or the other, it will not work. And one such firm which strives to achieve exactly this win-win scenario, is the trading pit. Now, and I know Christoph for a long time. He was a user advocate back at NinjaTrader, and I know that the trader, the end user, was always the one that Christoph was defending and trying to help out. And he brought the same attitude over to the trading pit, which he created with a couple of other founders together in Europe. And Christoph, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm also here with my colleague Tom, so I'm not alone. So hi to everybody. Good evening, guys.
Hello.
Thank you very much.
Would you like to be on picture?
Yes, you have to make me the please
Yes.
the host, please.
Give me 1 second. I'm taking care of this right now.
While Christoph does that, Daniel, do you have time for a couple of questions? I'm just worried they'll kind of stack up at the end.
Yes.
Jeff wants to know whether the professional income is considered ordinary income or capital gains.
It's definitely not capital gain. It's ordinary income.
Perfect. And I have a couple questions here about platforms. So there's people that want to know Ninja, if trading, do you have other platforms that they're familiar with are supported? Mark wants to know if Ninja is. So I'll just say that hold off until the end, because I think you're going to be going through that, Daniel,
Yes.
right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, perfect. And I do have one other question here, if you give me a second. So you talked about how you can actually lose more money than your initial investment.
Yeah.
Can you actually explain what you meant by that?
I can, yeah. This is it's an unlikely scenario, but it is possible. And I know of traders who run into this. It's something that happens when you use a margin account. And I actually do have a slide on this. So how can I lose more than my initial investment? In retail trading, this is only something which is there for retail trading. Prop trading, this is an impossibility. So in retail trading, it is possible. And it is possible because of what's called a margin account. A margin account is an account where the broker will give you a short-term loan to make bigger trades, bigger than your actual account balance, which has its benefits because you don't need to fund this account, with too much money to make big trades. And depending on what your leverage scenario is, the broker will supplement your investment with a certain factor. So let's say you want to buy a stock position for $2,000. Let's say let me start from the beginning. Let's say your account balance is $500 and your leverage is 1 to 10. That means the broker will supplement your investment by the factor of 10. Now you only have $500, but let's say you want to buy a position for $2,000. Say 20 stocks worth $100 each. That's $2,000. Now, typically, if you have a cash account, you can't do this. You can't buy $2,000 worth of stocks with a $500 account. Impossible. With a margin account, you can. And this is possible because the broker will supplement your investment. The broker will give you a loan. So in this case, for leverage of 10, you only need to put down $200 in cash, which comes off your balance, and the broker will borrow you or loan you $1,800 for a total investment of $2,000. All right. So far so good. That's great if things go well. If you buy the stock and the stock price goes up, you can make much bigger profits. But what if things don't go well? Or what if things are going really catastrophically wrong? Let's say overnight, the stock market is closed. You can't trade anything. The stock market is closed. The stock price crashes to $10, from 100 down to 10. Now the market will eventually reopen. And in this scenario, the broker will immediately issue a margin call on your position, meaning it will force liquidate your position at market price of 10. So your loss on this trade will be $1,800, but your initial balance was only 500. This means you will owe the broker $1,300 plus interest for the short-term loan. Now, this doesn't happen very often, but if things go really catastrophic, it is a possibility. And this is the risk of retail trading. And this is why I said in the beginning, retail trading is high risk. I hope this made sense. Let me now hand the word back to Christoph, because in prop trading, this scenario is an impossibility. So Christoph, Do you want to take it away?
All right. Maybe before we start, so I wasn't a user advocate at NinjaTrader. So basically, my time with the company NinjaTrader, or basically the broker before, goes back to 2007 or 8. Back in the days, the company was called Mirus Futures, which was then bought by NinjaTrader platform, which ultimately then became NinjaTrader brokerage, or the group nowadays. So I was in sales, was a broker, was then in essence and business development the last couple of years, responsible for Europe. And so it was a long time. So basically, a lot of good memories there.
I'm sorry I misrepresented you, Christoph, but to me, it felt you were my user representative and advocate.
That's true. That's true. The trading pitch basically is, I would say, it's a consequence of my experience. So in essence, what it is, I mean, we all know, we talked about traders of success, of, let's say, disappointments, also risks in trading. And you just mentioned that trading, basically retail trading, can be high risk, or should be considered high risk. And what we are looking for as a prop firm, or what we are as a prop firm, we are, I would say, professional risk takers. The ultimate goal is, let's say, when we talk about our company, what I try to put more into the picture is basically the talent, is the trader, is the professional, and basically the person who brings up the time and discipline in order to let's say, generate returns in the markets. I just want to show my picture. Okay, got it. Okay, welcome from Europe. Basically, this is me, Christoph, and this is Tom, my partner.
Hi.
Partner here. It's a little bit after midnight, so forgot that. So hello, everybody.
Hello, and I'm glad you guys are still awake at this late hour.
Yeah.
It's an exciting time. So thank you very much again. So what I wanted to say is that we really want to focus on the talent, on the persons who bring in who invest the time and also the discipline in order to generate returns in the stock markets, basically working in a disciplined manner. And the ultimate goal, what we have, is basically to leverage these people. And the sentence we would love to use is basically to move somebody from a zero and to really hero. All right. Okay. So we are looking really for the next generation of successful traders. It's a more, let's say, a marketing slide. Who we are, basically, and this is, I believe, really something what differentiates us. When you go to our website, you can see the people involved. You see the CV, who we are. Tom is basically now sitting next to me. Tom used to be a hedge fund man, ran his own hedge funds, a couple of hedge funds in Europe. I've been in the financial industry. I'm the guy on the right side in the financial trading industry now for almost 20 years. So basically, we are in the business a long time, but we're here to really, I would say, change it to the better, to a more transparent way. Feel invited, please, to go to our website, have a look at our CVs, and and for sure you can contact us as well if you have questions. I would say we are a pretty international company. We have offices basically right now in Montreal. We have offices in Spain, in Cyprus, and also in Liechtenstein. So we are basically expanding, and we already have won some awards. As written here, we start in Europe, and we are expanding now globally to the US, but also to Asia. And in essence, what we do is basically we provide, as said, risk capital starts at 20,000, and basically through so-called scaling plans, we provide more capital. And in essence, there is no real end, but I would say our standard agreements, what we basically give to traders, or what we kind of promise for traders, reaches up to $1 million. And also our profit splits reaches up to 80%. There are some tiered models there, but in essence, what I try to say, or what I would like to say, is that we're flexible. I don't think that we look at any trader let's say, as a number. We really look at these traders as an individual, and we want to make it work. If somebody has talent, that we work with these guys long term. Currently, we offer a couple of markets, forex, indices, commodities, stocks, and futures. In the long run, we will offer options as well. And so this is one of our core projects this year, to really go into the options market as well. What we do is, I would say, it's a more complex offer. So it's not only that we provide the capital, we are looking to provide an ecosystem. And with the ecosystem, I think what we try to achieve is that we provide, or basically bring you in contact with traders who are really, really experienced. So we have some mentoring classes going on. We try to work with people who are really experienced, and basically try to help you to get to the next step, to maybe, hopefully, be more consistent in your profits, or let's say trading results. Next to that, we have a so-called squawk box. This is maybe a term you have never heard. It's not on basically, I believe, in the slides. But what a squawk box is basically a real-time market commentary, which is very helpful. Basically comes from the banks. Banks used it in the past and still using it. We have I would say, we have a very, very experienced person basically doing market commentary in real time during market hours. We are looking basically to find funded traders. And in order to get a funded trader, we have to put your skills to a test. It's basically, it's truly a test. It's like a driver's license. You have to prove to us that you basically can manage risk, basically in a disciplined manner. And if you can do this and make returns on top of that, basically we give you a funded account. I would like to talk now a little bit about why you should basically consider, or maybe why we are an option for you, because we give you access to capital. In essence, we really provide the risk capital, and you provide the talent. And what we do as well, as I mentioned before, we have webinars going on every day. We are expanding this right now as well. So we're looking also in the US for regional partners who we can work with to provide, let's say, really first-hand knowledge of guys who are really professionals. In Europe, we basically do this now every day. And this support and the mentorship really helps, I would say, to reach for the traders to really have a more consistent result. And so that's basically the goal. What we also do is basically we have put risk mechanisms in place. Basically, we provide risk management for the traders, and also our, I would say, risk parameters forces kind of the traders to work in a kind of a risk focused approach. And that's very, very important, I believe, because I mean, we are not here to gamble. We're here to really generate returns in the markets. And for this, it does not work without having risk management in place. In essence, you can basically be your own boss. And this is the beautiful thing about it. I mean, you can trade where you want, how you want, and basically I really have to sign it. You can really trade. The only thing what really matters to us is that you honor risk management, that you honor our risk parameters. And if you do that, honestly, I do not care if you trade milk, sugar, or any crypto market. I don't really care. For us, it's about that if you trade the markets, any market, have risk in mind, and then the other, to be honest, except that, I don't really care. I would say our motto and I would say our DNA is truly that we want to have a win-win situation. And this is a word which is, in my opinion, used too often, which is basically, it's used way too often. But in essence, this is really what we do. In our DNA, we want to really create a win-win. We are willing to take risk, and hopefully we're able to scale you up. I will bring one example which really shows it in one picture. So I'm really going through that quite quickly. The next item, in my opinion, is really the most important one of everything what we're talking today. You're investing your hard-earned money in most likely, let's say, leveraged markets, in highly speculative markets. I personally think if you're able to pass our challenge, and I think it's very much doable, you can put yourself and your skills yourself to a test, and your risk is way less. It basically is way less than with opening a real account. And And that's really a 100% belief after being almost 20 years in this business of highly leveraged trading. Thus, you have basically a professional career in front of you. You are flexible, and we will support you in your path to grow. We are, as said, very flexible. We will find ways to basically keep you as a talent with us, and that's basically the ultimate goal for us. If you are talented, if you're willing to put in the work, and if you show to us that you basically are able to generate returns, we will try to do everything to keep you with us. That's maybe also a very good point. I believe that it's really suitable and also affordable for beginner traders. And I personally believe it's way better than any demo account. I personally think it makes 10 times more sense instead of opening a small account, a small real account in your name, that you go, let's say, with a company like us, because it will show you how important discipline and risk management is. We have simple rules. There's nothing hidden. I mean, I'm 42 years old right now. I started this new business with partners. Honestly, I don't want to hide anything. I want to have simple rules and clear business relationships. And the business relationship partnerships are also with you as a trader. Multi-asset trading, I said, I'm very much looking forward to that. I said options, stocks, crypto. So I personally believe, and this is really my belief, that in the stocks and options market, there's a big potential in order to basically that highly motivated people who put in the work are able to really succeed there more likely than, let's say in the futures markets. Yeah, that's just my personal belief. I mean, every trader is different. This is my main focus. It's again Daniel, and Daniel is a guy who lives in Madrid and Spain, and basically
it's not
really
me.
No, it's not you, Daniel, sadly, but it's Daniel from Madrid. And basically what Daniel did, he came to us, he paid 400 euros for a ticket fee, audition fee, challenge fee, whatever you name it. And he basically went to a Forex challenge. And basically he passed the challenge in 15 days, in less than 15 days, I think 13 or something. And basically he received this live funded account and started to trade with real money. He did get a refund after he passed the level 1, and basically then he moved up the steps. And basically what I want to show you here is basically his first couple of steps. On the right side, basically you can see a live statement basically of our broker. On the left side, it's basically something, but it's a marketing tool, but basically this is really what we paid him out in less than 1 month. And basically afterwards, we gave him an individual agreement because we were simply convinced that we want to have a long-term relationship with him. But to put it into perspective, and this is, in my opinion, the most important item, what you can see here, these steps, which basically means we put more money on the table. Okay, we put more house money on the table. And in essence, this guy started, I think, initially with 5K. We went to 10K, 20K, 30K, 50K. Now he's trading way over 100,000 with us. This is basically what it's all about. If you have the talent, you come to us, you prove to us in the time you need that you can manage risk, and then we basically leverage your skill. And what Daniel mentioned in the beginning, okay, when you have your own account, yes, it's your direct profit, it's your, let's say, direct risk. But in essence, I mean, we have some nice, really Excel graphs which really show basically with us, because of the steps, you will make more money with us. It's quite simple. You will make more money with us if you are successful, if you are able to be disciplined and manage risk. And so, in my opinion, to be honest, in terms of leverage trading, if you're professional, there's no reason, in my opinion, to go with an own account.
Christoph, real quick, Christoph, 1 second. On the performance graph, this is an MT4 report or maybe MT5 report. Yeah, MT5 report. And what you can see there is that, the trader started on the left-hand side, and then this balance went up slightly and slowly, and then it jumped up in a straight line. And this is basically the point where the trader has reached the objective of the level, and he could level up. Now, at that point, leveling up means that he will get access to additional funds from the trading pit. That's why it jumps up. So you went up one level, then again it goes up slowly, and it jumps up again. Same effect, he went to the next level, he leveled up again. And this can continue up to 10 times. And I think what Christoph mentioned at the very end, if you're wondering why does it all go down in a sharp line, is because you have a special agreement with that client, right? You withdraw funds from the account. This is not trading loss, that's a withdrawal at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, this is basically it. We realized that this guy really has the talent and that we want to simply work with him. He didn't really take a lot of risk. So for us, we talked to him. We made an individual deal with him, and that's basically it. There is no reason for us to basically keep him in this kind of, let's say, scenario, because we knew that this guy can simply make it, and we wanted to have a long-term relationship with him. But that's the simple answer to that. I mean, for us, let's say the first couple of steps is really to test the waters. Because you are, let's say, in the first, when you know trading, you try yourself on demo account, maybe you've opened an account, maybe you failed an account. With us, basically, we basically put your skills to the test in this challenge. Then we basically put real money behind your skills. And for sure, honestly, as I believe we are the real deal in this business. We put maybe not the biggest money right away behind your skills, but we level up quite easily and quite quick. And I believe that what I want to show here is it can be a life-changing event, because in essence, this Daniel came and basically in 1 month he basically he only had profits with us. He did get back his sign-up fee, the test fee, the challenge fee, plus he made 6,000 something in profits, and this was the start. And that's the beautiful thing about it. I mean, there's no risk for him. It was just basically a positive, I believe, a win-win, because we made money as well. And this is really something which is really important. What you also have to consider when you talk and work with a prop firm. We are here to make money as well. I mean, yes, we provide the risk capital, but also it was a great thing for us, because we also made around 3,000 or 4,000 euros with him during that phase, and now we still make money with him, and that's honestly beautiful.
Yeah, and this is what I meant earlier. It needs to be a win-win for both sides. This is the only way to get something established in a sustainable way. A win-win for the trader, but also for the trading firm.
And this is for us, I mean, sorry.
Sorry, I wanted to add this. And if it's a win-win, if it's sustainable, it allows the trading pit to actually attend to your needs on an individual basis. This is something which I believe you found nowhere else. You'll try to work with the trader to figure out what his needs are, even outside the parameters of what you show to the public. You can engage in individual agreements.
I have a few questions here. I think it's a good
let
time.
me just one sentence. Can I say one sentence? Because otherwise it's late, so maybe I forget it. So what I wanted to say is, I mean, what we have on the website is really, I would say, agreements, the minimums, basically what we kind of guarantee to the talent. I mean, this is something we have in writing. Basically, when you sign the agreement with us, this is something what we have in writing. But each trader is individual, is an individual. And so basically, this is something basically what we want to address in essence. Yeah, and we all know this. So basically, nobody's the same. So yeah, sorry, Homer.
Almost muted.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Okay, I'm back. So do you, so I have a question either for Christoph or Daniel. Do you employ a trailing drawdown policy or an end of day drawdown policy?
We're going to look at the challenges in a second, Christoph. Maybe we can discuss it then once we look at the challenges and we look at the website.
Can I say something about that? So basically in the live environment, not. Okay, it depends on the challenges, if you have a trailing drawdown or not, but in the live environment, we don't. It's just something we don't do. Sorry.
Ben wants to know if you can hold a position overnight and for how long, like how many days? Is it a few days, one night?
So if you can hold overnight in futures as well as in FX, yes, you can. On the Forex part over the weekends, basically we allow you as well to hold over the weekends, but just 10% of the margin is allowed to be used over the weekend, because over the weekends is just simply a way more bigger gap risk. Or let's say over the weekend simply a way bigger risk, but yes, you are allowed to hold overnight and you're also allowed to hold over the weekend. I mean, so far, to be honest, I barely see overnight positions in futures for sure, barely, but it's being used. Yeah. Most of
I have
our
a
traders so far are
question.
day traders.
I have a question here. I'm going to answer myself. Hi, Brian. He wants to know if Canadians can join. Yes, of course. We're here in Montreal, Canada. So, of course, Canadians can join. And I would encourage it because there's an office, a trading pit office in Montreal now. Another question, actually, a couple about the challenge fees. So we have some users here want to know if you get your challenge fee back. And yes, you do if you pass the challenge. So
basically what we do is, so just out of experience, so basically what we do is we basically refund you the fee when you have passed the level 1 of the funding. And this is basically a change what I also did in the last couple of weeks, to be honest. This is just out of practical reasons. So initially what I really had in mind is to refund after you pass the challenge. But to be honest, we had people really were they were working disciplined in the challenge, and then basically we're blowing up on the first day the account, and so we lost money. So basically what we decided to do is to refund after level 1. It's more safe for us. That's how we do it.
And maybe we can look at some of the challenges concretely on your website. And Homa, if there are any other questions, you can maybe ask them now.
So Mark wants to know if the challenge, is it a demo account? I know the answer to this, but Christoph, did you want to talk about it?
100% yes. Yeah. 100% yes.
All right.
So basically what we do in essence is you put your skills to the test, and we have to do this in a demo environment.
We also have a few users who want to know, does it matter what trading system or what strategy or anything that you use? Basically, from what I understand, you can use anything that will help you.
Let me talk about this a little bit in detail, because I mean there's some questions about how we are different, or is there a difference between us and let's say other firms. So what we did was done really on basically to generate, let's say, a company of value for the long term, not a short-term cash generating business. It's really what we do is for the long term. So what we did, let's say, in the Forex field, we really teamed up with brokers. In the futures field, we teamed up with brokers. So we do not really run our own servers. So this is very, very important for you to understand in the long run. So the numbers, what you see, are truly real. Okay, this is no fancy game, whatever what we do. So it's basically we're really putting let's say real money behind what we do here. So far we had one time the case that there was it was on the Forex side of things, that one broker told us that one high it was an arbitrage strategy. It was basically somebody who was using using an arbitrage strategy, a high frequency strategy. And the broker then, or the liquidity provider of the broker, said that they don't want this. We are working with multiple brokers. So basically we put this guy in a different broker then. And so basically this kind of solved the solution. In the short term, I don't know how this just happened. So I don't know how this will be in the long term. But in essence, we allow every strategy. But in essence, we're dependent, let's say in Forex, especially about the broker. Then, so because we cannot know.
And I can confirm this. I tested it myself. I signed up for a couple of challenges and I traded manually. I used hedging, offsetting my positions in different directions, and I traded NEA. So there's always no problem at all. So automated trading, manual trading, or combination of the two is supported. Now, let me quickly show you the Trading Pit website. So this is how it looks like. It's at thetradingpit.com. And the most important part, besides these beautiful people here, is that you probably want to go to the challenges, because this is where you can see all the details of what is being offered. Now, Challenges can be of different nature, and currently you can have a Forex challenge, a futures challenge, or a combo challenge where you can trade both Forex and futures at will, whatever combination you want to reach your challenge objective. So if you go to the Forex challenge, for example, just to walk you through, you have different options. And by just scrolling down a little bit, you can choose between different types of challenges. And for the challenge part, we have 4 types: light, which is at $99, standard, executive, and VIP. And as a rule of thumb, and this is typical for any firm, is the more the challenge fee, the higher or the bigger your live account will be afterwards. So that's a rule of thumb. And oftentimes also the more beneficial the conditions are. But let's say you go with the light account, and if you scroll or expand this a little bit, you can see all the details. So it's a $99 fee, and this is basically your risk. You pay this one-time fee, and that's basically all you can lose. Now, in order to pass this challenge, you will be given a $2,500 demo account, which you can either trade with MT4, MetaTrader 4, or MetaTrader 5. You have the choice. This is an FX challenge. So you're giving this account, and your profit target, which you must reach within 90 days. So you have 90 days time. You don't have to rush it. You have 90 days, is $250, 10% of 2,500. You must trade at least 10 days. So at least execute one trade in 10 of these 90 days. You can achieve your challenge within the first 10 days or on the very last day of the 90th day. It's up to you. You don't have to force it. Once you reach your performance score of $250, you will pass to the live trading phase, provided, this is important, that you also respect it throughout your drawdown limits. So here we distinguish between a daily drawdown of $75, and you can make the math from what the percentage would be. So daily drawdown basically is your daily loss that you can accumulate, realized or unrealized, within any given trading day, starting at 5 p.m. New York time. That's when your trading day starts. So you look at what is my
this is how we manage our risk. Sorry, Daniel. In essence, this is how we really manage our risk. I mean, we don't want somebody to blow up the whole account in one day, in one trade. In essence, this is how we manage our risk.
Yeah, even though this is still at the demo level, but it's very similar at the live trading level. So, and then we have the max trailing drawdown. This is your overall drawdown that you can have throughout the entire challenge. And whatever comes first, either the $75 or the $250 max trading drawdown for the overall challenge, will kick you out of the challenge. And these are just the rules of the game. So let's say at any time throughout your challenge, you start with $2,500. You already made, let's say, $100. Now you're up to $2,600. Okay, you're nearing your target, but then you're hitting a rough streak, and you lose $250 from this $2,600, which is $2,350. At this time, you would be losing this particular challenge. But there are many tools that you can use to avoid this scenario. You can close out your positions. You can wait until market conditions are more beneficial, and you can use your risk management throughout to achieve the objective. And this is possible because you have 90 days. That to me is a long time to achieve this objective. All right. So, and basically the difference between all these challenges is your starting account balance and your profit targets and your drawdown restrictions. All right. So let's say you make it through. You will enter the live stage. So I'm going to go down here. And you can see here for all these 4 different challenge plans, light, standard, executive, and VIP, what can I expect from the live stage? And I think this is a very unique feature. It's scaling. You can scale up your live account to different levels. What you can see here are 10 different levels. And again, I'm going to start with the light account. So if you make it through the challenge, you will be given a live trading account with $2,500. Had you chosen the executive challenge, your live trading account would have been $10,000 or will be $10,000. And for the VIP challenge, for example, it would be $20,000. So let's start with executive. Let's stay with executive. It's a nice round number, $10,000. Now, your profit target is 10%. And what's cool, and I really like this about the trading pit, is you can take as much time as you want to reach these 10%. Could be 1 week. It can be, I don't know, half a year. You take your time. You can wait your turn. You wait until market conditions are right for whatever trading style you're using to make these 10%. There is no time limit. As long as
something, Daniel, may I
Yes.
add a little bit, one or two sentences. So when you look at the scaling plans, guys, it's really, you can see that the first profit target, it's what we try to achieve here is that you're being paid very soon. So that's the intention, to have, let's say, $1,000 profit target. On the other hand, and this is, in my opinion, the most important sentence, what Daniel, or what we basically discussed today, is really, we are here to provide the capital. You know, when you see that the market, let's say the market for your strategy is not favorable right now, you can wait. We are not forcing you, you know, and this is basically, I believe, something very, very much different, like you have in your own trading. If you would, let's say, would be trading full time on your own, because you cannot really afford to wait. And because we provide risk capital, I think this gives you the freedom to really, to being not forced into taking unnecessary risk. And that's, in my opinion, really the biggest benefit what we as a prop firm can give to you, is really the freedom that we provide the capital, and gives you the freedom not having to trade every day, and then you can basically leverage your positions if you're confident. Daniel, sorry.
Yeah, no, thank you. All right, so as Christoph said, you can take as much time as you want to reach 10%, as long as you respect the daily drawdown, which is at 3%, and the overall drawdown at 10%. This column here is the profit split. It's at 60%. This is basically, once you reach your profit, your 10% profit target, you will split this profit 60-40 with the trading pit. You keep 60, the trading pit will keep 40. And as you go through the levels, this will be more advantageous to you. 65% at level 4, and then up to 80% at the highest level. The more advanced you are, the more profit you will keep, while the trading pit will still assume all the losses. Now, as mentioned,
we are a business. Daniel, sorry to add this, you know, we are a business. I mean, guys, you're probably, if you're in trading, you're good with numbers, okay? And basically we've calculated really how much we can, but honestly, this is the model I like the most, because it gives us, let's say, the flexibility to be more generous in the long run, if you're really, let's say, very confident in our relationship. But in the beginning, let's say, we can make a little bit more money to offset our risk. That's the idea behind that. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. So as mentioned before, I actually signed up for 2 of the challenges a couple of days ago, and I would like to show you how this works. Now, it's quite easy. So you will, sign up for a challenge through one of these buttons here, and you will get you receive your account credentials. Of course, you make the payment, and once signed up, you have access to what's called the client area. You can see it here. So in the client area, you can see the challenges that you bought, an overview of the challenges, I got kicked out, your billing history, all these things. But you also have access to what's called a dashboard. And in the dashboard, you can see your progress towards each of the challenges. And the cool thing is, you can actually run multiple challenges at the same time if you decide to do so. So once I click on dashboard, my dashboard will open up. And this is my progress for one of the future challenges I engaged. And you can see here, for example, what is my current balance? My starting balance was $10,000. What's my equity? Well, it's the same thing, because I don't have any open trades right now. This is my profit target. So I need to make a bit more money to reach it. How many days have I traded so far? Because all challenges come with a minimum number of days traded. And how many days do I have left to pass this particular challenge? You can see all your fields that you are throughout. You get metrics and so forth. And this dashboard will update in real time. So for example, for the futures part, let me just execute a quick futures trade. So through the ATAS trading platform, which we soon will also be supporting at tradingindicators.com. And in fact, our trend radar indicator, if you're familiar with it, is also available for ATAS. Now, the market has reopened, and I could, for example, place a trade if I open up the chart trader. And as soon as I do this, it will be reflected. This is not the right symbol. Give me 1 second. The micro index futures, 1 second, March 2023. This will open up the chart. And as soon as I place a trade, it will be reflected immediately on your dashboard. So buy market. All right, I bought it. And I am now have this trade open, and the dashboard will update almost immediately. I simply go back to the dashboard, and I can now see, as soon as I reload it, what are my open positions. Sometimes it will take a little while. All right. Okay, so this is how it works with the dashboard. You can keep track of all your challenges. Now, this is for the futures challenge. It is also possible, I also start an FX challenge. Let me quickly show you what's going on here. And again, as mentioned previously, you can use whatever trading help you want to get. You can listen to somebody else's trade advice. You can copy your trade from somebody else. You can run your EAs, your robots. You can use any form of trade copying, no problem. Whatever help you can get, it is allowed to use for the trading pit. So this, for example, was an MT4, it's an MT4 installation, and I have multiple EAs running, back in the day created by Rob Booker. I wanted to see if they are suitable for passing this challenge. And I'm taking trades, and I'm trading very small position sizes. I'm trying to pass this challenge this way. Okay, so I think this was a pretty good overview, but there's one thing I really want to mention. I'm going to go back to the slides. We have, as a big thank you for, first of all, joining our Tech Talk, we have a special offer today. We call this a Trading Pit Special, which will give you multiple things. First of all, you're going to get 20% off any challenge fee. So if you engage in a $99 challenge, you pay 20% less. And you will also get our trend radar indicator, the one you saw at the bottom displayed, which allows you to identify different scenarios, such as a pullback or a reversal scenario and so forth, very easily. You will get this indicator for free if you enroll in any of the trading pit challenges. And for all you need to do, and Homa, maybe you can paste the URL into the chat window, go to tradingindicators.com/prop. This will redirect you to a special page of the trading pit. There, you can select your challenge, any challenge you want, and you will enter the discount code PIT2023. And this will enroll you in this special offer, which will give you 20% off. You'll see this reflected right away at checkout. And you will be sent, after the checkout, our free trend radar indicator. Now, all you need to do is to keep in mind PIT 2023 and tradingindicators.com/prop. And this will enroll you basically in this challenge. Now, I'm going to leave this up for a little while. And I think it's time to answer some more questions. Homa, other questions?
Yeah, and just one clarification. It may take up to 24 hours to get that indicator, but be assured you will get the indicator for free once you sign up. I do have a bunch of other questions. Jeff wants to know if it's possible to have multiple challenge accounts simultaneously.
Yes, I can confirm this because I've just done this. I have one FX challenge and one futures challenge.
KM wants to know how the trading pit monitors the challenge progress. Are you setting up a demo account on MT45, and then how do you monitor that?
Okay, so basically we have, what we do is we work with multiple brokers. They basically give us access to the data, and through our proprietary programs, we are able to monitor this in real time. That's basically it. Yeah.
Jerry, you have a question here, but there's a couple of other users that had the same question. The answer is yes, you can use your strategy or your particular method, whatever you use on the platform of choice. You said Ninja Trader. We have some people that do Trading View, but you would need to enter your trades into the platform that the Trading Pit is using. Daniel, did you want to go back to that question that Joe had that you said you'd go back to?
Oh my, can you remind me what that question was?
Yeah, he wanted to know how the Trading Pit is different, because he has seen other prop trading firms that have splits that are maybe more advantageous, and the risk parameters aren't quite as tight. Yeah. So I know Daniel.
I know Christoph is dying to answer this, but maybe I can say a very short sentence first. As I said throughout a bit earlier, when something looks too good to be true, usually it is not true. And if you see some very advantageous term at other firms, to me, this may indicate that what this business model is not sustainable, or perhaps there's something else not completely disclosed. Of course, I don't know the details of what you're talking about. So these are my 2 cents. I think what the Trading Pit has put together here is a win-win scenario. And of course, as Christoph said, also the Trading Pit is a business. They have expenses, just like everybody else. And if it's a win-win, something sustainable can be created with a long-term relationship. And this is, I think, what most of us are looking for, instead of a quick gamble.
I think it's a valid question. It's a valid question. And I believe, in the short term, it's maybe something but we cannot even prove to you, but we are here for the long term. This is really the real answer what I can give you. You can become a client in 3 months, 6 months, 2 years, 5 years from now, because we're here for the long term. Our business model, this is something what Daniel mentions, and it's probably better explained, is really here that we make it sustainable. We have to be sure that we basically generate revenue from the live trading and basically finance our operations from the demo challenges part. And this is quite simple how it is. I've looked at the numbers in the business, how we do it. Basically, it doesn't make sense to change the numbers dramatically, I believe. And business-wise, I believe that we offer really an excellent deal. Long term, I think you will understand, hopefully, the value, and you will believe in the mission what we have of our product. And that's, to be honest, the only answer, the real answer what I can give you, because I don't know how others are doing and if they are in for the long term. That's the question what I have. So
I have a specific question here. I know we talked a little bit about the legalities, Daniel, and taxation, but Brian wants to know what kind of taxation reports for profits need to be made during the year. I know it's defined as professional income, but do you have any other clarification for that?
I believe every trader will receive an end-of-year report for how much profits he made, and this is what you would then declare on your tax return as professional income. Yeah.
It's always a local decision, so this is nothing we can answer globally right now, because it always depends on the local jurisdiction of the trader. Course, yeah. But it's not profits from trading directly. It's more from
you're a contractor in essence. You're a contractor. You're basically providing a service, and you're being paid for the service.
For the service, yeah.
And that's basically the business.
Yeah.
Brian says, so we are basically employees. I wouldn't say you would call it, it's not the traditional definition of employees that we're used to in the US. It is treated as professional income. But I wouldn't say that
you're a contractor.
You can think of it as more of a contractor. So Joe wants to know why are there some challenges that have a phase 1, but others only have 2 phases? Or why does one have 1 phase and the other 2?
Right now in the market, there's basically these 2 models, 1 phase, 2 phase models. For us as a big business, as a company, I believe that the 2 phase model is something what I kind of prefer, because it helps us really to learn more about the trader. Though there's also the demand for a 1-step phase. So for us, it's kind of the idea, okay, how can we manage our risk and learn a lot about the trader? So when we talk about futures, for example, it's, I believe, a 1-step challenge, if I'm correct. And the highest pricing one in Forex, for example, is a 1-step challenge as well. It basically the idea is to give you the flexibility to choose a product what you want. You want to have a product which is cheap in pricing, which basically helps you to understand and learn more about us. Basically, so you learn more about us and then decide for yourself if you want to really go with us or not. And this is basically the idea behind that.
Okay, I think that's great.
Maybe one more question, whom I think this is pertinent, from Jeff. Now, he's asking, and I believe I know the answer, but I'm going to confirm with Christoph right now. If he enrolls in 2 different challenges and passes both of them, would he get 2 live accounts?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have guys, and this is also something what I've learned, to be honest. I mean, so basically there are guys who really love this, and I mean, personally, I can psychologically, we have hardly talked about psychology. We skipped that a little bit, but overall, I understand why this makes sense for a lot of people, because in essence, what happens is that these guys or traders copy basically then their trade into multiple accounts. And for them, it's easier to, let's say, close a little loss of 200, or let's say call it a day, if they see smaller numbers. So for them, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, as I said, people are different, and using multiple accounts, trading multiple accounts, even with the same trades, people love this. And so that's for sure something we allow.
I think for me, just to put it a little bit in perspective, is that, in trading, if you want to buy a master class or, attend some sort of a class or educational resources, you'll probably end up paying more than some of these challenges. So I would say that it's actually an interesting way also to hone your skills as a trader. So just wanted to throw that out there.
Personally, when it comes down to trading, I believe that your ego shouldn't have any. I mean, if you're very experienced, maybe you have some ego, maybe you have some market opinion. And if you're very experienced, maybe this also will help you. But in the long run, I believe, or in the short term, when you start out, if you really maybe had attended even some schools on education, these tests will help you to, let's say, preserve your capital. And if you're good, and I hope, and I know that our challenges are doable, you will basically have a jump start to trading. But you can also be sure that you basically are able to be disciplined enough. And so this is, to me, in my opinion, the win, what you will have at any stage if you fail or if you win, basically, because you will learn about the discipline. And a demo account, can you tell you this? Because demo money doesn't hurt. The knowing that basically there's risk parameters in place, basically, which will kill the challenge, will basically train your brain to be more disciplined. And that's the beautiful thing about it. I believe that you will be a better trader because of these challenges. And if you're successful, it's also our win, because we will leverage you.
I think that's well said. Great. Thanks everyone for staying with us until this late. I know for Christoph especially, it's 1:30 now in Europe. So thank you for your attention. I know your time is valuable, and I'm very grateful that you spent this evening with us here tonight. So I urge you to check out the Trading Pit. The special will be valid for a week. And yeah, so it's nice to have you, and I'm looking forward to see you all back at our next Tech Talk in 2 weeks' time. Until then, have a
Thank
good
you very
night.
much.
Thanks,
guys.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.